Doing this from the garage today. It's raining out, cold, 30 degrees rain. But what I want to do is come to you and explain what we're doing here on the farm. We bought this place a couple years ago at 60 acres, way out in the woods, away from everybody, with the sole purpose of growing, our own meat. We've got goats, we've got chickens, sheep, cattle, and the purpose of growing vegetables for our purpose and to sell at, local farmer markets, and down the road starting a CSA. At least was the original plan when we bought this place, and that's the reason we bought where we bought. Way out in the country, no neighbors. I mean, we don't have a neighbor for over a mile. Private driveway, 1 mile long private driveway down to us, so we can have all our litter and our compost piles and all of our animals and our guard dogs, and not have to worry about any neighbors or the smells or flies, dogs messing with any of the neighbors. Happy neighbors are good neighbors, and no neighbors are the best neighbors. So that's why we ended up, when we wanted to start this video YouTube channel, just to let everybody watch how we're going to make this happen, or how we're going to attempt to make it happen. Be fair. You do what you can and hope for the best results. And we've got 2 acres or so set aside for vegetables. We're going to run it through a plastic mulch layer. Eliminate most of the weed problem with the drip line, which will eliminate the hot, dry summers in Arkansas, so we can drip irrigate under plastic mulch. We've got the greenhouse that will be set up for this fall and this winter, and it's a 30 by 80. And we've got mushroom logs. We're going to end up with probably 600 to start with. And we're going to do a bunch on oak and a bunch on sweet gum. And the reason I'm doing sweet gum, they don't last this long. Shiitakes, the logs, they won't last but maybe 3 seasons, but they produce well, and you can have them flush quicker. To where the oaks, I will inoculate everything early this spring. With the oaks, it'll be next spring before we get a flush, mushrooms growing. And with the gum, it's a softer wood, which let the mushrooms grow in the wood a lot easier because it's softer. We can flush them, do a forced flush this fall, probably around September. So that's why I'm going with the gum and the oak. The oak log should last probably 6-7 years. The gum, 3. And I'll just keep adding to the gum and adding to the oak every year, to where hopefully we'll get up to where we can run roughly 1,000 logs a year for just our shiitake mushrooms. So with the mushrooms, the vegetables, the greenhouse, with what we've got going, is we're going to try to do absolutely as much self-sufficient for us on our side as we can. When we still, for years, I've grown a garden for 20 years, been married 23 years, me and the wife. We've got 3 kids, homeschooled kids. They've never been to a public school. One of them left home 8-9 months ago, went in the Navy. Very, very proud of him. And the other 2, they work here on the farm, homeschool. They get up every morning around 6, do the chores outside. They feed and make sure everything's fed and watered, and milk the cows and the goats when the goats are fresh, which we don't have any milking now, but we'll have some freshening March. I think end of February, 1st of March, we'll have 8 or 9 goats freshening then. So it'll be, milking cows and milking goats, making sure everything's fed and watered, doing schoolwork, and then back out in the evening working on the farm again. And that's how we raise our kids. That's what we do. And we've grown gardens for years. 20 years. Been married 23, so we've been growing gardens forever. And we do a lot of canning. We put up a lot of vegetables every year. We pick wild blackberries every year. We get elderberries every year. We pick muscadines every year. We make jelly, we make wine. We make homemade wine. So, with us going bigger than what we have ever done before, to the point to where we're going to end up selling a bunch, I wanted everybody to see how this goes from start to finish. I mean, absolutely from start to where we're buying all the equipment, we're buying the seeds, buying the mushroom, inoculation sawdust, mycelium, and watch how it progresses for us, the best to our ability. I mean, we've got to buy a new tractor, garden tractor, because I don't have anything the right size to work the garden. Buying a mulch layer and buying the greenhouse and doing all of that is a way for us to show everybody, one, how it can be done. And there's going to be mistakes. I mean, we're never going to do everything right. And maybe it'll show some people how to do some things and how not to do some things, because we're going to mess up somewhere. There's always going to be I could have done that better, or I wish I would have done this different. And maybe this video or these videos will help somebody just getting started, or even help somebody that's already started, give them a new idea. Because I've been watching videos and I've gotten a bunch of ideas from a bunch of other people. I mean, we've watched, but like their Roots and Refuge, we've watched a bunch of their videos, and they're just North Little Rock. She does everything raised beds. We're going to do pretty much everything in the ground with mulch. We're going just a little bit bigger because we're going 2+ acres. But you still watch and you learn how people do their vegetables, how they prune their peppers, prune their tomatoes, what time of the year they plant everything, when they start seeds, how they harvest, how they market, all of that. Everything you can watch and get knowledge from is just something that's going to help you down the road. And that's the plan with this video, and the plan, that I've had for the last 6-7 months, watching everything I can. And this is going to be the very first video. I've got some videos I'm going to do with the mushroom logs, and then where we're going to put the logs. And, when the tractor makes it in, I'll do a video of it and how everything's going to get laid out, and give a step-by-step process of how we will make this work. I want it to be outside walking around making this video, but I really want it to get it today. But it's just too wet, too cold. So I'm just sitting here in the garage, kind of dark, but, do the best we can. Nowhere near professional. I mean, didn't go buy a bunch of equipment to do this. I mean, I'm recording it on a cell phone. So hopefully everybody can hear it and the video's okay. But, this is going to be a journey for me, my wife, and 2 kids. And, the step-by-step journey of how we do ours and how our family, navigates this part of our life as far as the work, the selling, the management, and decision making. All of that's going to be wrapped all up in all these videos. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to get out. I'll have a video on every major thing we do for sure, but I'll try to get them out piece by piece, as we go. Try to get a couple a week out possibly. Once I start this, I get it launched and get it going, then we'll really be able to get them out and let everyone see how we're going on the front of everything, from the mushrooms to the vegetables to the tractor to figuring out the mulch layer. First time I ever doing mushrooms, have no idea what I'm doing, but I've read a lot and watched a lot of videos. So, I can learn, I can comprehend, so just do the best I can. And, hope you'll watch, and it's not that I hope you watch so, I can be a big YouTube star. I hope you watch so you can learn like I have. You learn different ways of doing things. Learn different ways of managing one time, possibly. 2, you see how we raise our kids. I mean, everybody does it different. Everybody always finds a little different way that they could have done maybe a little bit better, but it's just, it's going to be a good journey, and hope you watch, hope you hang around, and maybe you learn something. And feedback, give me all the feedback you can get. if you've ever done this, I mean, if you grow your vegetables, you know, on a large scale like this, or if you do mushrooms, if you know mulch layers, I mean, if you know how to do everything, I'm up for all the information I can get. I learn every day, all day, and that's what I want to do here. Is if I can show one person how to do something better, then I've done my part. Because, you know, the more as a community, we as a community, gardeners, homesteaders, homeschoolers, I guess. I mean, I don't know, parents more than anything, raising a good generation of younger Americans, you know, the work ethic of getting up early in the morning, getting the job done, doing the job right. You know, all of this is going to apply to these videos, and hopefully I can teach somebody something. Hopefully somebody will learn something, maybe a lesson. I don't know. But that's the whole point behind, you know, this whole YouTube channel, and trying to get it out there for somebody else to watch, you know. And we'll go from there. You know, this will be the very first one I'll stick out. And then we'll do some mushroom videos, and then vegetable videos, and I'll do some videos of the kids milking the cows probably, and you know, the goats when they freshen. We'll have some videos of the goats when they freshen for sure, and the sheep when they lamb, and just kind of an everyday life run of the farm. You know, it's not a big farm. It's not a big commercial farm by no means. It's only 60 acres, but it's ours, and it's bought. And we do what we can here on 60 just to make our lives better. You know, to eat healthier, you know, grow what we can grow, animal and plant wise, because the less we go, you know, the more we can do that, the less we have to go spend money at the store and not knowing where it come from, or grown, you know, buying something that was grown on the East Coast or the West Coast and got to be shipped in 1,000 miles to buy, when we can just grow it here. Makes a lot more sense and tastes a lot better, because when you put the sweat and the time into it, you know, it tastes a lot better than just going into the grocery store and picking it, you know, picking it out of the cooler or whatnot. So, Ray 5 Farms, or Ray 5 Farm is actually what it is, not farms. It's Ray 5 Farm. There's 5 of us, me and the wife, three boys. So Ray 5. And hopefully you'll stick around and go on this journey with us. And maybe we learn something together. Until the next time, we'll see you, and have a good life.